Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the 801 Diaries podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Abby. How's your week,
Welcome,
Emily?
guys. It's been good. How has your week been, Abby? What have
It's
you been up to?
it's been good. I'm trying to think. What have I been up to?
What's
Not
been your favorite part
much.
this week?
Um, I sanded our dining room table. I originally, me and my sister-in-law, redid our dining room table. We painted it black, but we didn't do a very good job because we picked matte paint, and I think that's the biggest problem was the matte paint. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am redoing it to have like a wood finish top. And come to find out, it is real wood. I did not think it was real wood.
Is
I thought
it?
it was just particle board. It is real wood. So
Oh my gosh, we got
I
that we got that for $20.
I think it was $40.
Either way,
Either way, we got it really cheap. We got it
still.
secondhand.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just particle board, so I got this stuff to like it's like liquid wood that you paint over it and then you can stain that. But I was sanding it and I'm like, these are knots and these are lines in the wood. I'm like, this is real wood. So that was very exciting. That was probably my favorite thing
Nice.
is
Nice.
figuring out that, oh my gosh, that I don't have to actually learn how to use liquid wood.
That's good to hear.
Very
That is good to
exciting.
hear.
What about you?
That's
What was your
awesome.
favorite thing?
Oh, this week has been really good. Um,
I feel like I haven't
there's
talked
been
to you
a
much this week.
Yeah, I feel like I've been pretty
Oh
busy
my
this
gosh.
week.
I'm
Are
a
you
mess right
okay?
now. I'm a mess right now, but it's fine.
Oh no. Yeah, no, it's been a pretty busy week. So I do for my favorite thing this week, I was tasked with by my friends to say that us hanging out was that my favorite thing of the week. So this week, I hung out with some friends. We went to sauna, we went to dinner, and it was super fun. And we were talking about the podcast while we were there, and they're like, "Is this going to be your favorite thing of the week?" And I was like, "I don't know. The week is just starting. We will find out." And so they're like, this needs to be your favorite thing. So it was my favorite thing.
That's funny. Yeah, no, it's funny. Since she's moved, we always had a little bit of a Finnish watchers, had a few Finnish watchers, but they've
Yeah.
significantly increased since
Oh,
Emily's been there.
absolutely.
It's really funny.
It's so funny. Like everybody's so sweet. Like I don't even think about it, but I'll casually be like, "Oh yeah, my sister and I on our podcast today." And everybody goes, "You have a podcast?" And I'm like,
Hmm.
"Yes, but it's not as cool as you think it is because most of the listeners are our parents, which we are so grateful for." But I was like, it's not, they're like, "Do you get like sponsors and stuff?" And we're like, "No, we're not a big podcast. It's very small. It's really just a time for me and Abby to hang out and talk to each other and catch
Yeah,
up." And so it's so funny to talk about it. So that is one story that I was requested to tell on the podcast today. I have
that's funny.
more because now that people know about the podcast, they keep saying like, "Oh, you need to tell this story on the podcast this week. You need to, So I have
So
to
here we
tell
go.
this story. This is one of the stories, and I think it's hilarious. It's about my roommate, and she told me I needed to put this on the podcast, even though when I just said something to her 2 minutes ago, she goes, "Ah, shut up. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about this." But she told me to put this on the podcast. So the other day, so on Saturday, her and I were on like a FaceTime with one of our friends. We were just having fun. We were talking, and my roommate and I, we have not known each other very long at all. Like we're very we just met basically. And it was so funny because we're on FaceTime and she's like telling her, she's like, "Yeah, it's been so great living with," and she's just like with living with. And I look at her and I go, "Did you forget my name?" And she goes, "Yes, but it's Emily." And
Oh, that's funny.
so so while we were in mid conversation with our mutual, she's like, "I forgot your name. I forgot that your name was Emily."
It
And
just
I was like,
blanked.
"It just blanked." She's like, "I just forgot."
That's
So that
hilarious.
was really funny
That
actually.
is really
So
funny.
we've gotten a chuckle about that. And then literally like an hour, like 2 hours later, she goes, "I cannot believe that I forgot your name while I was talking about you sitting next to you."
Yeah,
Like it's
that's
not even
funny.
like it was like weird. We were
Bar
like
removed anyway. Yeah.
no, we were sitting next to each other on FaceTime with our friend. So It
That's
was
funny.
hilarious.
That's really
So
funny.
that was also a podcast edition this week is I had to tell that story because it's so
Your
freaking
roommate
funny.
forgot your name. That's very funny.
So funny. But yeah, so kind of fun. But yeah, it's been really
Yes.
funny to see like the influx of Finnish listeners. I mean, obviously I am one of them because
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm I am one of the Finnish listeners, but I don't know, I think our last one we have more Finnish listeners than American listeners at this
Yeah,
point. Like
I think
it's
so.
like significantly more Finnish listeners.
Yeah.
So, which is so fun. I appreciate all of the Finns being very kind and listening to our podcast and like um yeah, it's just kind of fun. So, I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Keep listening. And if
Yes.
you tell me I need to tell something on the podcast, I will do it because it's funny.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I have a very exciting announcement to
I
announce.
I am so excited for this. This is
Yes.
like so exciting.
So, if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, Emily wasn't able to make it, so I had my mom, Judy, co-host with me, and you
So
guys
good.
loved that episode. We got so much good feedback from that episode. And
I loved that episode.
we were sitting there talking, and we've kind of been, me and Judy, we've been talking about this episode since we filmed it and like just kind of how much fun we had and how much you guys loved it. And we thought we have so much to say about music in particular. Like, let's start our own podcast. So me and Judy are starting a podcast. It's called From Vinyl to Streaming, Tunes Through Time with Abby and Judy. And
Can
we're
I
so
say
excited.
the catchphrase of tunes through time is
Mhm.
quite literally the coolest thing. Like I adore that so much and it's
Mhm.
so good. I
Yeah.
am so excited for this podcast. I loved your episode. Like I was like so stoked to listen to it because I obviously wasn't a part of it. And when I was like, oh, this is gonna be so good and I loved it. So I am number one fan already.
Yeah, so we're really excited. So go follow us on Instagram. It's From Vinyls to Streaming. Subscribe on YouTube, all of the things. We love all of you guys, and we would love if you guys came and watched this other project I'm doing with Judy. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. They're gonna come out on Wednesdays, so by the time this comes out, our first episode will already be out. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're really excited. So we hope you guys enjoy it as well. But go support that as well. Very
I'm
exciting.
so excited. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. It's gonna be so good. Like you
it
guys
is.
just like especially music is such like a great topic for the two of you. Like
Yes.
that's something
Well, and
that's
we figured
perfect.
that like, music, especially like music, like a parent and a child bonding over music is such a universal experience that like
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will enjoy it. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So go follow.
I'm excited. Okay. Any other announcements, Abby, that you have
I don't
or
think so.
anything?
I think that's it.
Okay. I think that's it for me too. There is some pop culture stuff you wanted to get into before we get into the meat of the topic, meat of the episode today.
Yes. So I briefly mentioned this to Emily before we got started, and she hadn't heard anything about it, and I am shocked. So on TikTok, this is the big thing on TikTok right now. There is a creator called Hallie. She's blonde, super cute. And there is another creator called Sophia. Sophia has red hair. And you might know, so Sophia does a podcast with Brad Mondo. Do you know who she is? That
Oh,
redhead.
okay. That redhead.
That
Yes.
redhead.
The one that he was maybe dating
Yeah. So I don't
that
even
we
know
don't quite
we
know.
don't know what was going on with that. But
Yeah.
so about a year ago, a little less than a year ago, Hallie and her boyfriend, Reed, I think is his name, had broken up. She was really upset about it because this was like her first real relationship. They'd he'd broken up with her. She was really upset about it. And so she started going like after to kind of pick herself up, she started going to these like influencer events, things like that. And she met up with Sophia there. And like they had connected before mutually, like they knew
Okay.
known each other. They weren't like friends, I guess, but like they'd known each other. And she was just with a group of girls there and kind of, talking about how heartbroken she was and like how upset she was about this breakup and everything like that. And so Sophia went to Hallie's Instagram, looked through her followers, found this boy and DM'd him and was like, "Hey, let's go out."
Stop.
And so
Stop.
they went out on a date to a very public place and Hallie obviously found out about it and was very upset, came on TikTok, made a whole video about it, and then went about her day. This was like November of last year. So for some reason, Sophia has brought it back up and is like doing this whole thing about how she has been so wronged by the internet because, Reed didn't owe her anything, or she didn't owe Hallie anything because they weren't actually friends. They were just coworkers, and they like this whole thing. And so all these videos, everyone hates this girl now. Like this one blonde girl, I can't think of her name, but there's a TikTok sound going around being like, I hate that ginger, and then she swears, but it's really funny.
Okay.
But so Sophia's making all these videos where she's doing these like really like sassy one-liners or whatever, being like, I didn't know you owned him. He wasn't wearing a collar. Like those kinds of stuff. It's
Ew.
this whole thing. And it's so funny
Ew.
because this girl needs reality slapped in her face so bad. Like, what an evil,
Yeah.
mean thing to do to someone. Like, even if you aren't BFFs, like, you guys know each other. And she had talked to you about how upset she was about this breakup. And you
Yeah.
went on a date
Yeah,
with
no.
him. It's so funny. But so everyone is not a fan of this Sophia girl at all. At all. But then there was also
That's
this other girl
wild.
who did like acting classes with Sophia or something. And she's like, she used this
Ew.
particular like event for all of her like improv things. Like she can't get over this. It's so funny.
S-
Everyone's like, why is she
Stop.
so obsessed? But
Stop.
like she also will mispronounce her name in every video. Sophia, she'll say Haley, not Hallie. Like it's so bad. This girl is so mean. Like it's just
Ew.
like classic mean girl
Wait.
behavior. It's so funny.
Ew. Did her and Brad Mondo stop their podcast? Are they
No,
not
no, no, no. They're
BFFs
BFFs.
anymore?
Brad is doubling down with her on it. It's so funny.
Is he?
Yeah.
I-
So like
Is he?
she made a video where she was like crying, being like, I just have received all this hate and I don't know and then like 30 seconds in the video, she's like, haha, just kidding. I didn't do anything wrong, kind of a thing. And Brad Mondo commented like, here's your Oscar queen or something like that. So I don't know. I don't know. People are weird. I don't
If
know.
that's wild. That's wild. Also,
Yeah.
Brad Mondo, king of being messy on the internet. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yep.
But that's
This is
crazy.
very messy, but it's funny. Go watch these videos because honestly, it is
Okay.
insane. I don't know how people act like this. Like just the lack of
Okay.
empathy that this girl had for this other girl is wild. Wild.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to
So,
check it out then because
but I'm honestly shocked you haven't heard about this because
I don't
it's
know.
like the big thing in TikTok right now.
My TikTok algorithm is so different. Like today I was on TikTok on my commute home. I was just on the metro or whatever. And somehow I got on Russian TikTok where every single TikTok was in Russian for
That's
it
so
was like
fun.
15 videos and I was like,
I
I
don't
don't
speak
like
Russian.
this if like I don't understand Russian. And like these don't seem very funny. Like I'm sure Russian TikTok isn't funny compared to US TikTok.
No,
Like
I would agree.
but also my TikTok algorithm changed so much. It changed so much because we don't have TikTok shop in Finland. So we don't get I like don't get shown videos or anything for TikTok shop or anything like that. So it's like super different than TikTok. And
That's
so
honestly so
I'm just not
nice.
getting fed these algorithm
TikTok
videos.
TikTok Shop
Yeah.
it's nice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've purchased a thing or two from TikTok Shop, but it's every freaking video is
Same.
TikTok Shop and it's drives me insane. It's so annoying. They need to cut it back.
Yeah. That I was getting pretty annoyed with it before I left, so I was pretty relieved to find out that like
It's gone.
not really well, it is not a thing at all here. So
Yeah.
I was kind of stoked about that. But anything else pop culture wise that we need to check in on today?
I don't think so. I think everything else has been pretty chill.
Yeah, I feel like at least from what I've seen, obviously I've been missing a lot. The only like it's still like a lot of rehashing of last week kind of stuff that we
Yeah.
talked about already.
Yeah.
So I don't really see anything
Anything
new.
new? or interesting?
Okay, so we're gonna get into yeah, yeah, nothing to report. But let's get into the main topic of today. We haven't done a bracket in a while, and we love a good
We
bracket.
love a good
So
bracket.
today we're gonna be doing, they're so fun. They're actually like so much fun, and I'm very excited about this one. We are doing a Disney princess bracket. Now, Abby, I wanted to check with you before we get started. There are two ways that we can do this bracket. We can take it two ways, one of two ways, and it's set up to do either one.
Okay.
We can either do it based on, so the topic is Disney princess.
Okay.
Love. We love a Disney princess.
Yes.
So we can either do it based on the Disney princess themselves, like just them, or we can do it based on who has the best movie, like whose movie is best. Which would you like to do?
I say we do a little bit of a mix. I say we do what princess has the
Okay.
best like story in her movie, if that makes sense. Does that sound good?
Okay. So so really we'll put all of the categories together. So it'll be a mixture of both. Like
Yeah.
she'll be we'll talk about it all. It'll be all discussed. It won't be one or the
Yes.
other.
Because some
Does that sound good?
princesses, I
Okay.
think, have a great movie, but their storyline in it, I don't know, if isn't that great. So I don't know. We'll go. We'll just
Yeah.
go through it.
Okay. Also, because I was at work and because I was on my lunch break and I'm old school, it's on paper.
We love that. That is new. We haven't
Paper.
seen that in a while.
Also, let's be honest. Emily is the only person in the world that still takes notes for work and everything in an actual notebook.
Yeah.
She doesn't write it down anywhere. She doesn't use like notes on her computer.
Yeah.
Could
Well,
not be me. Okay,
whatever you gotta do.
you know, it works for me. Okay, so the first group of let's see, there's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, like eight groups at first. So 16 princesses to start.
Okay.
And some of these aren't official princesses because there's actually very few Disney official princesses.
Yeah, so
Pretty
before we
small.
get started,
So,
let's talk about this because they just rebranded the Disney princesses. They got rid of the little crown in the
yes.
name, like they totally rebranded all the princesses. So
Yes.
it's been brought up in conversation who is actually a Disney princess and who is not. And I think it's super interesting because there aren't that many actual Disney princesses.
No, it's very few. And I was like, I don't know if I just didn't realize it, but there have been a lot of additions, I feel like recently. Like there's been quite a few recently, but it there's just not that many. And I don't quite know why they're so stingy on the Disney Princess title. Like if that's something that's just a really like exclusive thing that they want to keep that way.
Yeah, it
I
would
don't
be
know,
interesting to see like what
but
their
it's kind of weird.
criteria is for a Disney princess because like there's plenty of like Meg from Hercules isn't a princess, but like for a while she was a Disney princess. I think they took her out, but for a while she was a Disney princess. So I wonder
Yeah,
like what their criteria is. Where like I don't think Anna and Elsa are actual Disney princesses.
they are not,
So
even
like
though
what
they are the princesses of
they
Arendelle.
yeah, so like what is the criteria? I'd be really intrigued to find out.
I don't know.
So I don't know.
I have no clue. But so there's more than just official princesses on here. Um, and they are all animated except for one. There is one exception that isn't animated,
Is it
and we'll get to
Giselle?
it later. But it is Giselle.
Okay.
It is
Which I
Giselle.
totally agree with.
It
So
is.
we're
So
fine.
she's half animated.
Yeah. Anyways, okay,
I
let's
think
get
all
started.
of these you'll agree with. There's one. Okay,
I
so
feel like we have
I
the
think this
same
first one is pretty easy.
I feel like we have
No,
the same knowledge of like Disney movies. So like we watch the same Disney movies. Like there's very
yes.
few that I know that you don't or that
Yes.
you know that I don't. So I feel like I trust your list
Yes.
for sure.
Yes. I will tell you right now, I did omit one or two that I didn't know. One was from Raya.
Never
I've never
seen
seen
it.
that movie.
I've
I think
heard of
is
it,
that
never
the
seen it.
dragon movie?
Yeah, I've never
So I
seen it.
omitted her because there's apparently an official princess in there. And then
Hmm.
there was another one. Oh, in Kanto or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was another one that like I literally
Mirabelle.
had no clue. I took him out. So maybe I don't know. I don't
I've
know who that
seen
is.
I've seen
Couldn't
it
tell
can't
you.
Encanto. I don't know. I don't want to upset anyone. But I've seen that. That movie's actually really great, but I've only
Yeah.
ever seen it once. Those two are newer that like but after our time. So I haven't seen Raya and the
Yeah.
Lost Dragon.
Yeah.
I think that's how
These
it's
are
called.
all yeah. These are all like pretty our time kind of thing. So, okay, first off, this one's really easy. Snow White versus Cinderella.
Cinderella. It's
Cinderella.
Cinderella. Snow White, it's a classic. It was the
Yeah.
first one. I'll give her her dues. She does deserve some respect there. But have you seen the movie? You know, it's not
Ah,
great.
eh. I have only seen not Cinderella. Really not great. I've only seen Snow White one time, and I think I was 7, and I didn't like it, and so I never
Genuinely,
watched
that's
it again.
probably the only
But
time I've ever seen
Cinderella,
it
I'll
too.
watch all the time.
Yeah, Cinderella. Well, Cinderella's a classic. It's just a
Yeah,
classic. I feel like that's the
so good.
first, because
It's so good.
again, I wasn't alive when these both came out, but I feel like Cinderella is more of an iconic Disney princess than Snow White is, even though Snow White came out first.
I've Yeah, I feel like she's the like base princess.
The
Like she's the
princess.
princess everything was built around, I
Yeah.
think. The princess.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. So easy. Cinderella. Okay, next one. I also think this one's pretty easy. Ariel versus Aurora.
Ariel.
Ariel.
Yes. Because again,
Yeah,
like I like Sleeping Beauty. I actually really do like that movie, but it's kind of
me too.
boring. Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of boring.
It
And
doesn't get good.
until
It
like the
doesn't get
last
good
10
until the
minutes.
last like tw 10 minutes.
Yeah. Other
Yeah.
than that, it's just her frolicking around the woods, which is great. And there are some classic songs from
Yeah.
that,
I
but
think
I don't know.
which is great. I mean, I think the best part is when the three fairies are prepping for the birthday and it's like, no,
Oh,
it's
for
pink.
sure.
No, it's blue, pink, blue,
For
pink.
sure.
And then
Yeah.
the cake that's falling in, they stack it
Hold
up
it
with
up
the
with a
broom.
broom. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
But The
so
Little
good.
Mermaid is an incredible
Okay,
movie. The Little Mermaid is such a great movie. I will watch that
incredible.
till the day I die. I love that movie.
Incredible. Yep, I agree. Okay, next group, Jasmine and Mulan.
Ooh, this is a hard one because I love both of these movies so much. Hmm.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. That's a hard one. What do you think?
I think it's Jasmine. I like Aladdin the movie better than Mulan.
Okay.
Um, I've never been the biggest Mulan fan. I've like in my 20s, I have decided to like it. I used to hate the movie. I always didn't like Mulan. So I've
You have
decided that it's an
decided to
okay
like it.
movie now.
That's funny.
Yeah. But I just think I don't know. I like Jasmine better
Okay.
personally.
I think we can give it to Jasmine because I love both movies. I love Mulan. I love both movies. I
Mhm.
do like Aladdin better than I like Shang. So we'll give that to Jasmine because think Aladdin's better.
Her prince better.
Yeah,
Yeah, she is the better prince.
she has a better prince. Even though I do like Shang, don't get me
Cool.
wrong. I love Mulan so much. I watched it a couple days ago, actually. I love that movie.
There we go. Oh, really?
Hmm.
So you need to watch it. I'll watch it one of these first days.
I love it.
Okay, next one. Next one. Here we go. We have Belle and Pocahontas.
Okay, so here's the thing. So Belle is, or at least was, my favorite princess for a long, long time. Mostly because I look the most like Belle. Like she's the one that like if I were to dress up as, I feel like I would look the most like.
Yes.
Um, but I don't
Yeah.
know if I relate to her story very much. I don't know. I'm not a reader. I want to be a reader. I want to be a reader so bad, but I'm just not. But also, I
Yeah.
love the music from Pocahontas in particular. Like I
Same.
love the music. And
Yes.
I would say I like the music from Pocahontas a lot more than Beauty and the Beast.
Then Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, I mean, a lot of people have problems with Pocahontas, which isn't necessarily unwarranted. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it to Pocahontas.
Okay. Interesting.
What do you think?
Um, so uh, I will agree with you that I think that the music, like, okay, here's the deal. Alan Menken did both of them.
Yeah.
He did most of these, quite
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
He's an icon. We love
I
him.
do think
For
as
me,
like
Colors of the Wind
as
beats everything. Like Colors of the Wind is honestly maybe the best
it's
song in
so
any
good.
Disney movie ever. And
It
Just
is
Around the
so good.
Riverbend,
I will say like
I love that movie.
so good.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Okay, for music alone, I think Pocahontas has better music in regards of like Pocahontas herself singing.
Yeah.
Belle's songs in Beauty and the Beast are not, there's not like there's nothing, she doesn't actually sing a ton. She's
No.
not the main singer. Whereas like Pocahontas sings a lot and her songs are better.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if just part of me likes Belle just because it's just Belle. I don't know. Do you know like
Yeah,
it's
she's an
dumb of like
icon.
an explanation of
She's an
it's just
icon.
Belle,
I will say
you
though,
know?
I will say
Because I do like
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas is the daughter of the chief. She's a princess. Belle isn't a princess. She only becomes a princess because she marries the prince. Where Pocahontas is like a princess in her
That's
own
true.
right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? I think we give it to Pocahontas because John Smith, you're not disappointed with the way he looks, whereas when the Beast becomes a human, you are disappointed with him every
Literally
time.
every time. Every time. There's no way they watched the end of that movie and went,
Every time.
this is what we've been waiting for. This is it. Like it's
Yeah.
so disappointing.
Nobody said that.
No.
Yeah. Like why like the thing that kills me is why is the Beast more
Better
attractive
looking.
than him in Prince form? Like
Yeah.
why is him as a beast better?
I absolutely agree. I
I
absolutely
mean,
agree.
so I think I think on that reason alone, it goes to Pocahontas.
I do too. Also, important caveat, we're talking about the movies. We're not talking about the because some of these are based on actual historical figures. We're just talking about the movies. Just the
Oh
movies.
yeah,
Little disclaimer.
just the
Just the
movies.
movies.
There's no
No, we're not talking about any of the historical
because
context or
yep,
any historical people. But
weird.
I love Pocahontas.
Yes.
I really do. Like I feel like that's a movie I forget about and then I watch and I'm like, this is an incredible movie. Like this is so good. But seriously, Colors of the Wind, probably the best Disney song ever.
Amazing.
I love that song.
And also this is really niche and nobody is fully gonna understand this besides you. The fact that Judy Kuhn is Pocahontas' singing voice is truly so good. Like I
She's
just
so
love
incredible.
that and I
She's so
appreciate
incredibly
it and I'm
talented.
like I love her. Like oh my gosh. So many I could go on about her forever.
She's
So
so,
I
so
yes,
incredible.
we'll give it to
Pocahontas.
so good.
But I
Okay,
do love
moving on to the
Belle. I
next
do
one.
love Belle. And if you would have asked me when I was like
Do
five
love
years
Belle.
old, 5 to
Yep.
8, I would have said Belle was my favorite princess.
And that's a great option.
Hmm.
So, okay, next one. This one's gonna be hard, I think.
Okay.
We have Rapunzel and Tiana.
Okay.
It's easy for me,
Easy for
but I
me
think
too, but
harder
I
for
think we
you.
have different answers. The Princess and the Frog is my second all-time favorite Disney movie. I love that movie. That's another movie where the music goes so hard that like nothing compares to it. I would say Tiana any day.
See, I'd
I
say
love
Rapunzel.
Tangled. I love Tangled. The Princess and the Frog is such a great movie. Have you ever even really seen it, Emily?
I think I've seen it once.
You need to go back and watch it. It is so good. It is so, so good. And it also has cultural significance because that was the last movie they did for a long time that was drawn. It was drawn animation.
See, I love drawn animation. I wish they would go back to that,
I do
like
too.
truly.
Hmm.
Like I think Disney movies would be so much better if they'd go back to the drawn animation instead
Hmm.
of the 3D animation.
And I will say, I feel like The Princess and the Frog is where was kind of the last good one for a really, really long time.
What was the time difference between Princess and the Frog and Tangled? Like were they pretty close together?
Let me look it up.
Do you
I'm
know?
pretty sure Princess and the Frog came out in
Because
2008. Tangled was 2010. Yeah, 2009. 2009 to 2010.
okay. So they were probably because Tangled is obviously like a 3D
Yeah.
animation. And so they were like the last one and then the first one, I
Yeah.
guess. Not
Yeah.
first one, but
But
kind of
like,
the first
but
one.
right around there. Because 2000, Princess and the Frog was 2009.
Here's
Rapunzel was 2010.
yeah. Here's the thing though. I love Rapunzel. Tangled Tangled goes so hard. Like I'm sorry, Mandy Moore.
And Zachary
I
Levi.
like what I can see the light or I see the light or
You don't even know what the song's
like
called, Emily. At last, I see the
it's been a
light.
long time.
You have, okay,
And it's
Princess and the Frog wins because you don't even know the song.
I just want
Am
Rapunzel
I
to win,
wrong?
but I guess I'll give you this one.
No, I love The Princess and the Frog. Like, seriously, go back and watch it.
No, but I
Did
still think
you?
Rapunzel wins.
I know. Well, Entangled is a great movie. I'm not saying it's not. It's a great, great movie. But The Princess and the Frog is so good. It's so good. It has like such a
Okay.
well-rounded story. Like every single character in it is incredibly well written and like deep. Like there's so much to every single character. It's so good. And Tiana is so cute and we love her. And she is
Okay.
a strong, powerful woman and we love that for her.
We love it. Okay. Sounds good. Tiana moves on.
Yay!
Okay. Next one I think is gonna be pretty easy. I think it's gonna be pretty easy. And I'm truly honestly gonna leave this one up to you.
Okay.
Um Merida, Merida and Moana.
Okay, I've never seen Brave. Moana wins.
I'm mis Yeah, that's what I thought. I've seen Moana half of the time, so I'm just gonna let you pick on
I
that one.
love Moana. I have the soundtrack on vinyl. I love it so much. It's just like it's just such a fun movie. I feel like that was one that was like just so fun. Like after a while of not having very good Disney movies,
See,
it came in hitting.
okay, that's good to know.
I
I'll
love
have
that movie.
to watch it sometime because I just don't know anything about it. So,
It's a good one.
okay,
Lin-Manuel
cool.
Miranda did the music.
Next one. There you go.
In
Okay,
his
next
prime.
one is so I have these two as like the same one. So I have Elsa and Anna like as one,
As one. Okay.
and then up against Jane from Tarzan, and then Jane from Tarzan.
Jane from Tarzan.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's what I was gonna say.
I
I
like Frozen, don't get me
have
wrong.
seen Frozen half a time.
I think it came out when you were on your mission. It was such a big
No, it did not.
freaking
It came out my
deal.
senior year of high school.
Oh, it did? Oh.
Yeah, it came
It
out my
was
senior year
such
of
a
high
deal.
school. I remember very vividly. It came out my senior year of high school.
It was such a big deal for the longest time. And I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. I'm not rewatching it. It's not one that I go back to and I'm like, wow, this is such a good movie. Tarzan, on the other hand, is such an incredible. Also, a soundtrack that goes so hard. So hard. Son of Man, again, top five
So
favorite
hard.
Disney songs. And I know that has nothing to do
Okay,
with Jane, but that song is incredible.
So good. I literally watched a TikTok today about Phil Collins writing Tarzan, and
Hmm.
it just put it like the whole background was just Son of Man, and I was like, this is so freaking good. I can't get enough of him. I
Hmm.
can't get enough of this. So yeah, obviously it's Jane.
Yes. I also feel like she's a better
Yeah.
character. Like she was smart. She was the
Yeah.
daughter of this like super intelligent man, doctor, scientist guy. I don't know exactly what he was,
Yep.
but like she herself was very smart.
Something.
Like Anna and Elsa, I feel like are very like one note characters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't love the movie.
Yeah. I
Tarzan,
mean,
however, is so good.
I hadn't seen Frozen. I had never seen the actual movie all the way through. I didn't see Frozen all the way through until we saw the stage musical when it came on tour.
I was gonna say,
But
have
that's the
you
only time I've
ever
seen
seen the
the
movie?
story of Frozen.
Yeah.
Nope, I've seen it up to Let It Go and then I turned it off.
I remember because I
Um
made you watch it and then we quit after
so
Let It Go.
yeah. Okay. So the last one of this first round, ready? It is it is Meg versus Giselle.
Okay. This one might come
I
as a
think
surprise.
Giselle wins.
It's Giselle. Meg is the worst part of
Yeah.
Hercules. She is the worst part of
Yeah.
Hercules. Again, Hercules is my all-time favorite movie of all time, not just Disney movie, all-time favorite movie of all time. Meg, she had a hard life. I'll give that to her. Like her character, it makes sense. She acts the way she does. She's the worst part of that movie,
Mhm.
for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And
And
Giselle, on the other
Giselle's so
hand, what
cute.
a good movie. We
She's so cute.
love.
I love Enchanted. I need to go
I
back and watch it again.
love
I haven't seen it in a
Giselle.
long time, but that's such a cute movie.
Yeah.
We love it.
No, I agree. Okay, so next round. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, this will be kind of hard. Cinderella versus Ariel.
I think it's Ariel.
I think
I
it's
love
Ariel.
Cinderella, but like she's also kind of boring. I don't know. These aren't very they're kind of boring characters. But I do like her and like good for
I
her.
know.
But like I
I
like
do
Ariel
too.
better. And the music in Ariel
Yeah, no, I
slaps.
agree.
You can't disregard the music.
So good.
Yeah.
It's truly amazing. I mean, that was Howard Ashman and Alan Menken's first movie together,
It
and
was their
so
first. Was Beauty and the Beast
chef's kiss.
last?
Yeah.
Okay. But
No,
yeah.
Aladdin was last.
Oh, Aladdin was last.
Amazing.
So good.
Yeah. Howard Ashman passed away during Aladdin while they were writing it.
Oh,
So
okay.
Tim Rice finished it with Alan
But
Menken.
Beauty and the Beast was the last full one, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Gotcha.
So, okay, next one is Jasmine and Pocahontas.
Ooh. See, I
See,
ride hard
my
for
gut
Pocahontas.
reaction is Jasmine.
See,
I
but I
know you
ride
do,
hard for Pocahontas. I love that movie. But
but I love Jasmine.
I love Aladdin too. I don't know.
Like, like I'm
It's
not gonna lie,
hard.
I think Aladdin, if we're is the better movie.
I think so too.
I think because here's the thing, here's the deal. If we're gonna base it on everything, the love interests
Oh, Aladdin, thousand
of
times better.
Aladdin and John Smith,
Aladdin's so much
like
better.
Aladdin actually has some personality where John Smith has nothing. And so I feel like it gives Jasmine more to work off.
Have you watched Pocahontas lately? John Smith has personality. His
No,
whole
I haven't.
personality is he goes and he conquers lands. Not exactly a great personality,
See,
but
I just
like,
always
I
feel like
mean,
he just always seems so monotone and boring. Like he just like I don't know. I like one thing I love Pocahontas, but I feel like the way both Pocahontas and John Smith speak is very monotone and very just like I
you
don't
need to
know.
go
Like
rewatch
it's kind
Pocahontas
of
because you're wrong.
okay. Because I just but like also if you think about it, like I mean Aladdin, you have like the the like excitement. Like I just feel like there's a lot of like it starts out with one jump, the song One Jump. And so there's just like a lot, I feel like there's a lot of tonal variation in the movie Aladdin versus Pocahontas to my memory. It's been
I
a while, but also
I would also
I like
say
Aladdin better.
that is like that's kind of the point of the different movies. Like the cultural differences
I
from
know.
Arabia versus
Yeah.
Native American America are very different. So,
No, I get that. But like I would just rather watch Aladdin.
okay. That's fine. We can give it to, I mean, Aladdin himself is one of the very many loves of my life. So, and John Smith is not. So, we can give it to Aladdin or to Jasmine because I do love
Okay.
Aladdin.
To
But
Jasmine because I think her story with everybody is a little bit more
I feel like
like I
Pocahontas
think
had a
Pocahontas her I think Pocahontas
you
I
go.
think Pocahontas herself, like if it was just her story, Pocahontas, I think her story and her journey is more compelling than Jasmine's is. But I think for a like growth and plot together, I like Aladdin and Jasmine better than John Smith and Pocahontas.
I okay, well, so I like Jasmine and Aladdin better than Pocahontas and John Smith. To say that the growth is
Yeah.
different, Pocahontas's whole story is teaching John Smith to not be a racist. Like
I know.
I would say the growth of the characters and everything is a little bit better in Pocahontas. I mean, Aladdin just goes from being a poor kid to a rich kid.
A prince, which we
Yes.
love. I know. I know. Here's the
I
thing.
know what you're
I just
saying.
like Aladdin better.
I
Let's
think your explanation was off, but I know what you're saying.
It probably is. Because here's the deal. I'm tired. I have worked a full day.
I know.
I'm ready for bed.
I know. I'm making
And
sure we're
so
correct here, but
there we go.
I'm ready to give it to Jasmine for sure. But I do love
Okay.
Pocahontas. I do love
Jasmine.
Pocahontas.
Okay. It's a good movie, don't get me wrong, and she's great. But
But you need to go back and
I
rewatch
like
it because that
Jasmine
movie's
more.
incredible.
Um, I will. I will. Okay, here you go, Abby. This one is basically just for you. Ready? We have Tiana and Moana.
Tiana. I love Moana. I love Moana. I love The Princess and the Frog. That movie is such a slept on
Yeah.
movie. People need to go and watch that movie more often because it's so slept on. It's so good. It's so good. It's Tiana.
There we go.
But Moana is incredible too, but it's
There
Tiana.
we go. Okay. It's Tiana.
It's Tiana.
Okay. We have Jane. We have Jane and Giselle. Giselle.
I I want to say Jane. I feel like Jane's more of a classic.
Really?
Like Giselle's fine. Like I
See,
love that
I
movie,
think
but Jane's a classic.
Jane's a classic, but like also Giselle's a princess.
Is she? Or was
Yeah,
she just going to be a
well,
princess
she's
because she
going to
was going to
be.
marry James Marsden? Where Tarzan was kind of the king of the jungle, so he's Jane would kind of become a princess from marrying
No,
him.
Kerchak didn't. Kerchak was not going to let Tarzan take over the. I
Emily,
want to say pride, but that's the lions.
he dies. Kerchak's dead. Have you seen Tarzan?
I
Emily,
know, but I know
Kerchak
it's been
dies.
so long, guys.
And
No,
he hands the reins
yeah, but
over to
before he was
Tarzan.
gonna die, before he did that, he was not gonna give to Tarzan before Tarzan saved him from the jaguar. He was
Emily,
trying his hardest to not let it be Tarzan.
you need to go watch this movie because you're so off.
Isn't
You don't remember this movie right. Kerchak dies because
Do you
Clayton
know what I
shoots
think
him.
Oh my gosh, do you want to know something? I think I'm remembering more of the stage musical because the story is different than the
Probably.
actual movie.
Probably. You need to go back and watch some of these movies because unfortunately
Because
you're remembering
I'll tell
some
you
of
right
them
now,
wrong.
Jane in the stage musical, not it. Do not
No,
like
she's
her in
annoying.
it. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Um,
We're talking about the
but
movie.
I know. I think I've seen the musical more recently.
You need to go back and watch all these movies.
I
It's
know. I
Jane.
need
I think
to. I
it's
just
Jane.
haven't. You think it's Jane over Giselle? I just think Giselle is
Yes.
so happy. I just
But
love
so is
Giselle.
Jane. Jane is so happy when she sees the
Uh,
gorillas. That's all Jane wanted, just to see the
that's
gorillas.
true.
I just feel like Jane's a classic,
Okay.
where Giselle isn't.
See, I don't see. That's funny because I don't, when I think of Disney princess, I don't think of Jane. Like, I never picture her in the group, like, even before they rebranded or whatever. But I
But
would
I don't
see,
picture
like, but I
Giselle
see
either.
Giselle in that group more.
I don't. I see
Really? I
Jane in
see
it way
cartoon
more.
Giselle, like, in my brain.
Like, I mean, I can see it, but like
Interesting.
when I think of him, I think of Jane before I think of Giselle.
Hmm. See, and I'm
Because
the opposite.
Enchanted isn't one of those like classic Disney movies. Tarzan is.
I, okay, we'll give it to Jane. Okay, the final four. Final four. Here we go. Ready?
Swag.
This one's gonna be tough. This one I think is gonna be the toughest one.
Okay.
Okay. We have Ariel and Jasmine.
I think if you were to ask me, Ariel had more of a cultural significance to me than Jasmine did.
See, I was gonna say Ariel too. Like my gut says
Like The
Ariel.
Little Mermaid had more of a significance to me than Aladdin did. Aladdin is an incredible
Yeah.
movie. Don't get me wrong. Also, I think you could make the
Amazing movie.
argument that The Little Mermaid is about Ariel, where Aladdin is not about Jasmine. You know what I mean?
Not. I agree. No, I agree. I think that's a valid
So
thing.
I think it's The Little
I
Mermaid.
think Ariel has,
She has much more of a
yeah, no, I
like
agree.
a
I think Ariel has more character
personality,
arc
character arc. Yep, that's it.
versus
Yep.
Jasmine.
Hmm.
Okay, 1 second. My roommate just got home, so I have to open the door for her. So give me 1 minute.
All right, so now I get to tell all of the deepest, darkest secrets about Emily. So Emily, let me see here. She's not naturally that hair color. She dyes her hair. Shocker to everyone, I
Don't
know.
listen to her, you guys. She's
And
lying.
she literally dyes her hair, and sometimes you can tell because she has roots, and sometimes you can't tell because she just got it freshly dyed. But she
You
actually does in fact
you
dye her
don't think
hair.
this
She does in fact bleaches her hair.
you don't think that's natural?
So that's the
Oh my gosh.
tea.
You don't think this is natural where it comes out
That's the
dark
tea
blonde?
on Emily. Anyways,
Okay. I'm back. Ready? Here we are.
no one heard
Okay.
anything.
So nobody heard a single thing. You didn't say anything bad
No,
while I was gone.
I didn't say anything bad.
Okay. Next one. You didn't say anything bad. Next one is Tiana and Jane.
Tiana. I will go hard
Tiana.
for The
That's what I was
Princess
gonna
and the
say.
Frog my whole entire world. I love that movie so much.
I can tell. I can tell. Okay, here we go, Abby. The final two. And I hope we have the
We
same
have the
answer.
same idea. We do.
It is Ariel versus Tiana.
It's Ariel. I
And
love The
it's
Little
Ariel.
Mermaid. I love The Little Mermaid. I feel like that was the first movie that like I loved. You know what I mean? Like I just it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
No, I agree. I I love The Little Mermaid. Actually, the other day I watched Little Mermaid 2, which is such a good movie. Like I love it, but I also like had a very personal deep love of it when it came out, so
Yeah.
it's okay. But yeah, I love Little Mermaid. Like truly one of the best movies, Disney movies out there. Like could rewatch it all the time because it's so good.
I also feel like that is the first movie where I had like a significant memory when she's like, I'm 16 years old, I'm not a child. And I was like 7. I was like, heck yeah, you tell him, girl. Now looking back, heck yeah, you were a child. Shut up.
You are a child, 16 years old. I always think that's so funny when we find out these Disney princesses are supposed to be like 16 or whatever, and you're like,
Snow White was 14.
what?
Snow
We're
White was
making those big
14.
wild,
No way.
wild, wild.
But I do
No,
love
ma'am. No,
Ariel. I
ma'am.
love Ariel.
But
And her little
I
bang, her little
love her. I
swoopy
love
bang,
the Little Mermaid.
her little swoopy bang was my
We
dream.
all wanted it.
I don't know how you would
Yeah.
recreate it, but
No,
I want it so bad.
absolutely.
I love it. I love Ariel.
So bad. I do too. But I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that is it. Ariel is our top number one princess.
Yes.
Um, this week on stories, we will have to do the bracket with everybody as
Mm-hmm.
well. To
Because
see
we
if
want to
your
hear your
guys' answers are
opinion.
different than ours because we want to hear your opinion. And quite literally, every time we've done it, you guys have had different answers than us.
Yes.
Like the DCOM one, where you guys didn't pick High School Musical 2, and
I'm
I'm
still not
still
over
salty
that.
about it.
Still not over it. Still not over
I'll
it.
never be over you guys picking High School Musical 1 over High School Musical 2. Oh
But
man.
what can
But
you do? If you guys, I
either
don't
way,
know. So we're
yeah,
interested to hear what you guys have to say about Disney princesses because
these
obviously
princesses.
people have emotional attachments to certain princesses, and we want to hear yours.
So we will be doing it in stories this week. Um, let's see what I don't know if there's anything else, but make sure this week you listen to Abby's new podcast with Judy.
Yes. It's
And
gonna be so good.
so
You guys are
excited.
gonna love
I
it.
will be the number one, the first listener. I'm so excited about this. And I'm trying to think. Follow us on socials, TikTok, Instagram. Hold Abby's butt to the fire again
We might have clips
because
out if
homegirl.
for the last week's episode because guess who just
I
reminded
think
me? Emily did.
I also think this episode, this princess episode, is a good clippy episode.
Yeah, see that's also the thing. Coming up
So
with places
we're
for
gonna
clips
hold her
and
to
stuff.
it, guys.
Yeah, we got this. We
We'll
got
hold
this.
her to it. But so
No,
also,
I was
if you
looking.
disagree or agree with any of our comments made here,
I was looking.
what?
I haven't done clips since June. June.
Stop. It's
Whoopsies.
September.
It's September. Whoopsies.
Oopsies.
Kind of funny, but yeah.
Whoopsies.
Whoopsies.
Um, but as I was saying, if you guys have any comments, if you agree, disagree with us, don't forget to send us a text message because we want to hear about it and we love
Yes.
getting our fan mail from you guys. It's actually my favorite thing ever and
Yes.
hilarious. So if you have comments, agree, disagree with our takes today, send us a text
We want
because
to
we
hear
want to
it.
hear about it.
We want to hear about it. And we
Um,
will talk about it. If you have something to say, we will talk about it next week. So
Yeah.
let
Yeah. No, your commentary is welcome. If you really have something strongly you want to say, you can make a voice memo and DM it to us or text it to us or whatever. Well, you can't use the fan mail. You'd have to use our personal numbers that you probably have to let us know about it. But we want
Yep.
to hear your thoughts about this week's episode because I feel like this is there's a lot of discourse to talk about
Hmm.
with it. So
Yes.
hit us up. Yeah. What else, Abby? Anything?
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think we're good. So we will see you guys next week. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.